Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we are going to look at a strategy formulation tool which I believe is very practical and very applicable no matter whether you have a small business or a mid-sized business or even if it's a large enterprise. So what is this model? It is called the VRIO model. VRIO model. Um, how do you use this model and how can we apply this practically? So we're going to look at that. What does VRIO stand for? So VRIO stands for valuable, rare, inimitable, and organized to capture value. So the philosophy behind this is based on the resource-based view we looked at in the previous videos when we looked at perspectives and theories, right? We talked about resource-based view, which says that when a company or a business looks at creating a strategy, they need to identify what are the key competencies or resources that they have and make decisions on creating strategy from their core competencies and major or strong resources. Now, when you have a resource which is valuable, which is rare, which is inimitable. Inimitable stands for difficult to imitate or difficult to replicate. Then you need to organize your systems and processes to align to the strategy based on these resources or competencies. Now, let me explain this further by showing an example. So there are four questions that you would ask. First question is it valuable? The V. Only if you get a yes for that, you go to the next one, is it rare? If you get a yes for the rare as well, then you ask the next question, is it inimitable? Or is it difficult to replicate? If you get a yes for that, then you ask the next question, are we organized to capture the value of this resource which we have identified as valuable, rare, and inimitable? And if so, let us create a strategy and let us apply the strategy based on these competencies or resources. So let's do an example. This is from Golden Burger. So this is, the names are changed, but this is a joint I know, which was started by a few university students. I live near a university, so the university students decided to come together, about four or five of them, and they set up a small joint where students and others could go. It would be a casual environment, there would be a theme, and most important of all, they would serve ostrich meat burgers. Now, why ostrich meat? One, ostrich meat is very difficult to come by, but more than that, ostrich meat is supposed to be healthy, healthier than your beef burger or the lamb burgers, and even the chicken burgers. Yeah, ostrich meat is abundantly available in South Africa where there are farms. So these guys would import it from South Africa and then they would make the patties in their outlets and they would sell the burgers. And this business model worked well and the taste was good as well and people started, you know, recommending golden burgers to their friends and family and more people came and then the outlet grew. They set up two new outlets. But after that, I found out that they may be having trouble in growing. Now imagine a situation where these college kids, they come to you and they ask you, hey, you've been doing this strategic management program. Could you give us some advice on what strategy we should follow for growing our business? Well, if you are ever in such a situation, you can use the VRIO model. All right. How do you use this model? You start by listing out what are the key competencies or resources that are important to this business. So here, a survey was done and it was identified that these are the key factors that influence customers to come back again and again. All right, so they identified the ostrich meat patties, the great service, unique sauces that they have, the unique flavor that they won't get anywhere else, the theme. They have a desert theme, and the servers are dressed up in Mexican attire with sombreros, um, and there is a lot of exuberance. Um, the pricing, it's not very expensive. It's affordable for college students as well as for others. The location, it's located near a university, so it's more calm, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And then they have ample parking. That's something that we really want, right? We want to have a place where we know we go, we will get parking space, and we don't have to worry about our car. Then the systems they have put together unique, highly efficient and effective systems in terms of procurement, in terms of production, in terms of service, and in terms of customer support. So these systems are unique to them because these were their ideas. Then the menu, they have a wide variety of items in the menu, and that is another reason people come here. So, what we do is, before we come out with any assumptions on what the strategy should be, we will analyze these factors based on the VRIO model. So, first we ask the question, is it valuable to the very first resource or competency, the ostrich meat patties now? Is this valuable? Is ostrich meat patty valuable? Yes, of course. Yeah. One of the main reasons why people come here. Is it rare? Yes, in that locality, no one else sells ostrich meat burgers. Now, the next question, if you ask, is it valuable? Is if you've already asked, is it rare? The next question is it inimitable? Is it difficult to replicate? It is not really difficult to replicate, right? You can contact suppliers in South Africa if you want. There are many ostrich farmers who will be happy to send you ostrich meat. You can make patties out of them, and you can sell ostrich meat burgers from your own outlets. So it's not inimitable, so I'm going to uh, remove that. So it's only V and R. So we cannot go forward with this. We cannot use this in our strategy. The next is great service. So great service is valuable, very much valuable. Is it rare? Not in my area. There are lots of places where you can get great service. So it won't go to R or I. Right? So I'm going to cut it right there. Now, please remember, the theory says that if it is only valuable, you have no competitive advantage. If it is valuable and rare, you have a temporary competitive advantage. If it is valuable, rare, and inimitable, then you have a distinctive competitive advantage, but you need to organize yourself to capture that value, right? So it has to meet V, R, and I before you need to consider using it in the strategy and organizing yourself to capture that value. Now, the unique sauces. They are valuable. They have a secret recipe. The ingredients are kept secret. They have the flavors you won't get anywhere else. They even have great tasting bitter flavored sauces which go well with a burger. Sweet and sour, bitter, and tangy. So they have these sauces bottled, and it's available. You can mix and match the way you want. So the unique sauces are valuable. They are rare. Yes. Are they inimitable? In this case, yes, because the recipes are secret, the ingredients are secret, and the process of making this no one knows, not even the employees. So this is VRI. So we will not go to O now. Let's look at the other ones. The theme, the desert theme, Mexican attire, that is valuable, yes. Is it rare? Possibly. In my area, I think there's no one else having this theme. Is it inimitable? Hardly so. Anyone can come in, and tomorrow someone else decides I want to have this theme, they can have that. Next is pricing. So pricing, is it valuable, affordable? Yes. Is affordable pricing valuable to the customer? Absolutely. Is it rare? No. There's so many other places where you can get uh, food at affordable prices. The next is location. Is the location valuable? Yes. That kind of ambience that location creates, the casual, uh, relaxed ambience. It is valuable. Is it rare? No. There are so many other places you could go. So it does not meet our criteria. Parking, even though it's very important and crucial, it's valuable. Depending on where you stay, it can be rare. Now, if your area does not have a lot of joints with good parking facility, then it is rare. But is it inimitable? No. Tomorrow, someone else who wants to, invest more money, buy a bigger parking lot, can definitely, replicate that. So that's no longer something to consider. Your systems, the unique ideas that the students, the college kids put in, how they perfected those systems of procurement, yeah, in a cost-effective and very, very efficient process. That is valuable. It is rare because it is also the system is set based on the values, based on priorities that these kids have for their customers, for serving their customers. Also, their own unique creativity that goes into the design of those systems. Is it inimitable? I would say so, unless you spend a lot of time and effort studying these systems, and then finally maybe after a few years you may be able to replicate these systems. An example is Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines came into the limelight because they were able to turn around the airplanes in 25 minutes, where industry standard is 45 minutes or 1 hour. So airlines send their experts to study what Southwest Airlines was doing different and try to replicate that in their own organizations, but it was a dismal failure because Southwest Airlines had a unique way of management, leadership. They have a unique culture. They have a specific way of hiring people, training people. They have unique systems in place, unique way of teamwork, task assignment. This could not be replicated. So that is why systems are very difficult to replicate. So we leave them as we are and I. The menu, having a wide variety in your menu is very valuable. Is it rare? Hardly so. There are so many other joints where you have a menu that offers you a wide variety of foods. So now we are left with two components, which is the unique sources and the systems. So the next question is, how can we create a strategy out of this and organize ourselves to capture the value based on these factors? So if you look at unique sources, how can we use this in our strategy for growth? Well, one way that comes to my mind is you manufacture the sauces in volume, sell them through retail chains or sell them online through a website, and people can buy these sauces and replicate the same taste that they had experienced in Golden Burger. All right. The another way is to look at the systems. Now, systems are difficult to replicate, but as of now, their only way of growing is by setting up new outlets. New outlets bring new problems. You have to put in more capital. You have to wait for the profits to turn and you have to hire people. It is a management headache. Why not get others to pay you money to replicate your system? And you replicate your system for them, and they fund that effort or they invest in that, and that is called a franchisee system. So for example, you can approach me and say that, hey, I want to start a Golden Burger franchisee, and imagine I'm with Golden Burger, and I'll say, all right, we'll ask you, we'll give you a set of things to do, we'll set it up for you, we'll create the brand name, we'll help you find people, we'll help you put together the systems and replicate that. We will give you the raw materials, the sauces, the patties, the breads. Yeah, you just have to buy everything from us, and you pay us X amount as initial deposit, and yearly this is the royalty that you have to pay, along with paying for all the supplies that we are going to give you. That is a good system where they don't have to put money from their pocket. Golden Burger kids, they don't have to put more money from their pockets. Rather, they get people to invest and then they help them replicate those systems. And they keep supplying the crucial elements and get paid for that as well on an ongoing basis, just like a Subway does or a Taco Bell, etc. Yeah. So applying a VRIO model, we come up with two great strategies and very specific strategies, which would, in the long run, pan out as a better strategy than just opening up outlets all over the city. Yeah. So a VRIO model is a very practical model, allows you to apply these philosophies in real time and create a strategy that can give your business, no matter if it's a small business, a mid-sized business, or a large enterprise, you will see the difference or you'll see the changes in your profitability once you apply these strategies. So you can start applying this at the place you're working, or maybe if you own a small business, try applying this model. Maybe your friend has a business, right? Apply this model and check out, do they have something which fulfills the VRI criteria, and have they utilized that component in their strategy? In most cases, you'll be surprised and shocked to find that none of these businesses will have such components. They will have valuable and rare probably, but only a handful of them would have something which is valuable, rare, and difficult to replicate. And that is the reason why these businesses are, are around for some time and suddenly vanish, because they have nothing that differentiates them or gives them a competitive advantage in the marketplace. So this is a great model, and try using it. Uh, and then with practice, you'll become better at creating strategies that really, really work. So thank you. We'll look at the next video now.